Welcome to Inside with Dr. Foles. Firstly, I would love to appreciate your comments, likes, questions, and especially to those who subscribe to TrepAfrica YouTube channel. I say a very big thank you. In today's series, I'll be discussing the step-by-step guide to a compelling founder storytelling. I've outlined 6 steps that will help you tell your founder story in a way that will accurately reflect your brand and align with your long-term goals. The first step that we'll be considering is the background. People want to know the genesis of your product, your company, your brand, and this focuses on where your story begins before you start that company or launch that product or invent that idea. The clearer you can articulate the background of your story, the easier it is for your listener to identify with you. To go about this, you just have to think back before you launch that company, had that idea or offer the service. What goals were you trying to achieve? This first step is all about giving your listeners a starting point and a frame of reference so that your journey and your discovery can make sense. The second step we'll be considering is the trigger. It's a belief that every product tries to solve a problem or achieve a goal. So this step focuses on what motivated you to think that, hey, I'm going to launch that product, offer that service, invent that idea, or launch that company. For some founders, this is a tough step. They are afraid or ashamed to talk about their conflicts or struggles. But this step is a secret sauce that makes your story great. It actually helps your listeners to step into your shoes and experience the story along with you. So the next step we are considering, which is the third point, is the milestone. Now that you've thought about, I'm going to invent that product, launch that company, or offer that service, this step focuses on the crucial events that actually change your path along the way. Choose 1 or 2 most meaningful events and don't be afraid to take your listeners on a journey. You can start by identifying your mistakes, strokes of luck, moments of doubt, unexpected twists and turns. Sharing this makes your story authentic and add an element of suspense. Now that you've identified the crucial events that actually change your path along the way, which is the milestone. So this is going to lead us to the next step, which is step number 4, the turning points. This steps is all about you telling us how you were able to overcome what stood between you and your goals. Memorable story needs conflicts. Your turning point can be a funny or an embarrassing moment. It doesn't matter, as long as it is something that your listener can identify with, and this is what your story is building up to. Step number 5, resolution. Your story needs a resolution. This is about you explaining how your company was a result of your story today and helping your listeners to see how their lives could change with your product. So your story needs a resolution. The last step we're going to be discussing is present moments and future goals. This step focuses on the problem your product is solving, your tractions, your success, and your goals. And depending on the situation, you can also add a call to action. I believe these step-by-step guidelines will help you tell your founder stories in a way that accurately reflects your brand and aligned with your long-term goals. So, are you ready to tell your founder story? Join me on this series every Friday on TrepAfrica social media pages. And most importantly, kindly subscribe to TrepAfrica YouTube channel for more insights. Remember, stories have to be told or they die. When they die, we can't remember who we are or why we are here. Tell your story.
TrepAfrica. TrepAfrica. Imagine more.